Assalamualaikum. My name is Nurul Rahma and I am from class 4. Today I will be presenting about acid, base and salt, which is actually a topic from Form 4 chemistry textbook. First of all, we will learn about acid. Acid is a chemical substance that can ionize in water to produce hydrogen ions. For example, hydrochloric acid. Hydrochloric acid dissolves in water and this associates to two ions, which are hydrogen ion and chloride ion. What actually happens to the hydrogen ion produced? They will combine with water molecules to form hydroxonium ions. If we look at this box, hydroxonium ions are the actual ions existing in the aqueous solution that gives the acidic properties. We often use hydrogen ion to represent hydroxonium ions because to simplify the explanation. Next is basicity of acids. It refers to the number of hydrogen ions can be produced by one acid molecule ionizes in water. There are three common acids, which are monoprotic, diprotic, and triprotic. Monoprotic acid releases only one hydrogen ion, for example, nitric acid and hydrochloric acid or ethanoic acid. If we look at this box, we have the equation right here. Hydrochloric acid ionizes to two ions, which are hydrogen ion, only one, and then we have chloride ion. Next is diprotic acid. Diprotic acid releases two hydrogen ions. For example, sulfuric acid. Sulfuric acid ionizes to two hydrogen ions. And triprotic acid. Triprotic acid releases three hydrogen ions. For example, phosphoric acid. Phosphoric acid ionizes to three hydrogen ions and phosphoric ion. Next, we will learn about base. Base is a chemical substance that reacts with acid to produce salt and water. Metal oxide or metal hydroxides are also bases. For example, magnesium oxide. Magnesium oxide reacting with sulfuric acid produce magnesium sulfate, the salt, and water, only one molecule. Next is alkali. Alkali is also a base that is soluble in water. It is a chemical substance that can ionize in water to produce hydroxide ions. Next is strength of acid and alkalis. Strength of acid is different from basicity of acids. First of all, we will know about acids. Strong acid ionizes completely in water, produce a high concentration in hydrogen ions. For example, hydrochloric acid. This means if there are 100 hydrogen chloride molecules, all 100 hydrogen chloride molecules will ionize. Next, weak acid. Weak acid ionizes partially in water to produce a low concentration in hydrogen ions. For example, ethanoic acid. Not all ethanoic acid molecules ionize, which means if there are 100 ethanoic acid molecules, not all 100 ethanoic acid molecules will ionize. The same goes with alkali. We have strong alkali and weak alkali. Strong alkali ionizes completely in water to produce a high concentration in hydroxide ions, for example, sodium hydroxide. Weak alkali ionizes partially in water to produce a low concentration in hydroxide ions. Okay, for example, ammonia solution. Ammonia solution is an alkali because if it is dissolved in water, according to this equation right here, one of the hydrogen ion from water molecule will move to ammonia molecule. And then we have NH4 here, and then we have OH. It leaves with OH. It leaves with hydroxide ion. Next is pH value. pH value is logarithmic measure of the concentration of hydrogen ions in aqueous solution. So when the concentration of acid increases, more acid molecules will ionize to produce pH plus ion hydrogens, which means pH value will decrease. Right here, the pink box. If the concentration of hydrogen ions increase, pH value will decrease. On the other hand, for alkalis, the higher concentration of hydroxide ions, the higher pH level is. The blue box. Next slide is about chemical properties of acids and alkalis. Chemical properties refers to reaction between acid or alkalis and other substances. We will look at acid first. If an acid reacting with base, it will produce salt and water. This is an example for it. Nitric acid reacting with copper oxide, producing copper nitrate and water. Next, acid reacting with reactive metal and produce salt and hydrogen gas. And we also have acid reacting with metal carbonate, produces salt, water and carbon dioxide gas. Next is chemical properties of alkali. If an alkali reacting with acid, it will produce salt and water. The same goes with the first chemical properties of acid. The same goes with this. The same. Next we have alkali reacting with ammonium salt and produce salt, water and ammonia gas. This is an example. Potassium hydroxide reacting with ammonium chloride, producing potassium chloride, water and ammonia gas. Lastly, we have alkali reacting with metal ion, producing insoluble metal hydroxide and cation from alkali. This is an example for it. Sodium hydroxide reacting with magnesium ion and produce magnesium hydroxide and sodium ion. Next is neutralization. Neutralization is a reaction between acid and alkali or base to produce salt and water only. For example, hydrochloric acid reacting with sodium hydroxide. The salt and water produced are not neutral because acid loses its acidity and alkali loses its alkalinity. So the actual reaction that occurs only involves the combination of hydrogen ion and hydroxide ion. This is the ionic equation. Next is applications of neutralization in daily life. Okay. In medication, we also use neutralization, especially for example, right here we have for gastritis patients. They use milk of magnesia, or basically is magnesium oxide, to relieve gastric pain. It will neutralize the excessive hydrochloric acid in stomach. Next, hair health. With alkali in shampoo neutralize acid on hair. And we have dental health. Toothpaste contains base that neutralizes lactic acid produced by bacteria in mouth. And lastly, we have agriculture. They use slick lime or calcium hydroxide to to treat acidic soil. So that is all from me. I do research from Form 4 chemistry textbook.